Hello trader, welcome back to another live session for Wednesday. Second live here, first live for the day, starting with another trading day. Coming up also later another live will come up. So this is the first live of the day, London live, and I hope that you guys excited for another trading day coming up. Fully still remaining full London and NY session. We will be looking at a couple of pairs that in this live session to see potential trading opportunity, along with also all the details that we'll be discussing in this live session, including discussing about the trading psychology, about trade setup, everything. So welcome back to this live session. If you guys are here, I would appreciate if you say yes, so that you know that you are here. We can begin this live session here. Now, what we are seeing here in this market, I'm looking at gold on the lower time frame. The price getting the rejection back again here from this resistance line. If we look at the bigger picture here on the lower time frame, we can see the market is in fact in a trend. So looking at 1 hour chart here, if you look at here, you can see that from the 1 hour perspective, the market is in a trend here. So let's look at first of all what kind of trading opportunity we might have in this market. As we can see, the price is in fact currently trending. If we look at first of all daily chart from the daily time frame, if we see that yesterday's market structure on the daily, we have seen that it was continuing to the bull side on the daily. The market has reached that resistance line from the daily time frame. From that level, the price started to break below again towards the downside here. And the key here is to look for first of all directional bias, as I discussed quite a few times, guys. Hello everyone, welcome back to another live session. As I mentioned earlier, the key here is to look for the directional bias. And if we look at the multi-time frame analysis, I'm going to look at the multi-time frame approach on gold to see where the market potentially be heading. And then we will be looking at the lower time frame for potential entry in this market. So looking at monthly chart, first of all, on the monthly, we can see that it is bull market. Starting from this monthly support level, there is a sharp break to the upside in this market. And when we see the market in this bullish impulsive move back to the upside on the monthly, with this monthly impulse creating series of higher low here on gold, the market is trending back to the upside, and potentially we could see the price to continue to rise or dropping back again to this monthly support. That's here we need to look at here where the market potentially be coming back down here in this level here. And from the monthly, from this high, we can see the price is getting the rejection, and we could see the price continue to drop to this monthly support or potentially bouncing back to the upside. If we look at the weekly chart, that we can see from the weekly time frame with this weekly pin bar, that we can see there is a weekly pin bar here. And with this weekly pin bar, the market has made its move back to the upside initially, and then the price got the rejection back below here. Now what we can see here on the weekly, that this is the weekly support level, the current weekly low, and with this weekly support we can see the market may potentially retest and then reject back, or we could see the market to drop back down again to this support level. Here is the weekly open and close that we can see in this area, where the market in this weekly zone where there is a high liquidity, expecting the market to retest and then to reject again back to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So if you look at the daily, what we can see that from the daily time frame, this is the daily price action where the price is from this daily high, where this is the daily support level, and from this daily support we can see that rejection back to the upside on the daily time frame on gold. And with this daily move, if you look at here, you can see this is the move back to the upside on the daily, and from this high here expecting this market to potentially drop back down to this daily low. Now looking at the 4-hour chart here, we can see that the market initially has made its move back to the upside on the intraday from the 4-hour from this support level, and currently it's on a pullback. Now the question is, because it's in a bull market, how the market is potentially going back to the upside? Is it bouncing from here, or we can expect deeper pullback? Now that's where, because the bigger picture perspective that you can see on gold is bullish. We only will be looking for bull market. We'll be only looking for a bullish trading opportunity in this market because it's a bull market. If you look at here from the 4-hour chart, you can see that this is an important level of support, and from this support the market has made initial bounce back to the upside from this support level. And that bounce that you can see, the market had made its move back to the upside to this resistance line, and now we can see the price slowly melting back below here. So where we can expect the market to pull back and then to return back again to the upside. If you look at the daily, you can see this is the daily level, this is the daily support here, and with this daily support, if we mark down the daily low, the previous daily low is here, and also there is another daily 2 back-to-back important daily levels that we can see here in that area. And these 2 important daily low where 10 and 20 EM already crossed over from each other from the daily, expecting this market to potentially trend back down here and to potentially grab liquidity and then to reject back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So lower time frame, we still can expect here a downtrending market structure. So in that downtrend, if we look at this lower time frame price action on the lower time frame, we can expect for the market to potentially come back here to test this support and then to possibly bounce or reject back. If you look at here, you can see that this is the 1-hour price action at the lower time frame. Here the market is showing downtrend, as we can see that after this impulse back to the upside, it's on a pullback. It is a bull flag here that you can see the market is maintaining that bull flag, respecting this resistance line. Now as the market is in this bull flag on the lower time frame, we could see the market potentially to continue to the downside to this daily support. Therefore, looking at, if you look at the 15 minutes here, for us to find a sell entry, we want to see either this resistance is broken like this one here, got the rejection for a short-term sell, or the market tested this important daily key level and then started to trend back to the upside here. So if we mark down the daily support level for us to see potential entry, so these are some of the levels, daily support that we will be marking up. And looking at the lower time frame, if you look at the 5 minutes and the lower time frame, so this is the daily support that we could potentially see the market to come, test, and then to return again to the upside. It's the daily support. And if we look at the lower time frame here you can see that the market slowly trying to build that pressure back below. And 15 minutes chart that you can see here, from this support level there is a break to the upside, cross that high. The price now coming back below with a one single drop. And because if you look at here, this is the 15 minutes price action, a bounce, cross of this high, dropping back down. We may even see for potential another retest of this high before it continue to drop. Now to sell, we need to find a zone to sell. That means that we need to find an important level of resistance line to sell this market for this potential drop here. Because lower time frame, if you look at the 5 minutes and the 1 minute chart, that you can see this market is in a downtrend here. And in the downtrend, expecting the market to break that low and potentially continue to drop back to this lower time frame support level. I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session that I'm doing every day. If you are enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Let's look at that to see here in this lower time frame. You can see from this high, from this 15 minutes resistance line, the market is in fact breaking back below here. Any pullback is where now we will be looking for sell. Now let's look at the 15 minutes price action now at the moment, how the market structure is evolving. You can see that the price is completely crossed here from 10 and 20 EMA. And with this cross of this 10 and 20 EMA, the market structure is bearish. So looking at here, this is 15 minutes price action where there is a, if you look at here, the crossover, there's a 10 and 20 EMA crossover here with this price action, and this is the current support level. But we can see here from this level, it completely has broken back below here. Now for us to find a sell entry, if you look at here, you can see the 10 EMA is here, right, at 3373.09. This is an important level of resistance now at the moment. Why? Because if you look at the past, you can see the market dropped to that level and got the rejection back to the upside, broken back below again. We have seen that another break to the upside and created this high again. So for us at the moment for a sell entry, 3373.09 is an important level that we will be looking for potential entry. If you look at the 1 minute, here is the 1 minute price action where anytime we see that upside bias at the moment until this 15 minutes candle close and the previous one also open and close, we will be keeping that level as our priority resistance line. And then from that priority resistance level, we will be looking for sell in this market. Here is the 1 minute price action. This is a complete break below, expecting now to go ahead and hit that key level. If this market going with one single move back to the upside here, get ready for a sell. With a proper risk management, of course, I'm going to look at the level currently at 3373, potential sell level. If the market goes with a stronger move back to the upside. Now, if the market goes back to that important resistance line in this key level, if the price potentially goes back there to retest, to grab that liquidity, we will be looking into a potential sell entry, but it has to go in a stronger move so that it crosses that resistance line, crosses that important area of value, which is very important to look at. And the current session, you can see this is the 4 hour and 15 minutes, 4 minutes remaining for this candle to close. And if the price is going back up with this one or with the next one directly to that level, we are looking into that entry in this market. Now the question is why we are looking at that level, why not selling from here, not selling from here. This is what here we will be discussing in this live session, so do you guys understand it. That now if the market is not going there with this 15 minutes close, continue to drop, we will be looking for new zone to look at. But at the moment, as we are seeing that 15 minutes candle is still 3 minutes to go, and there will be another one will be opening, and we might see the next 20 minutes this level will be valid until after this one another 15 minutes candle close. And once we see the market in fact tested that level as we expected, we will be looking for that sell opportunity in this market. Let's wait to see how the market is potentially testing and making its way back in this market. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Here we see the market is still trending. Still we see that downtrend is valid here, and we still could see that market to continue to drop here to the support to create a new lower low, unless we see the market is going back here for another retest. And you see that if the market does that, if the market is doing that retest, if the market is going back up here for another test and getting that rejection to the major direction of the trend here to this support level, we are on this trade. So potential sell level for this level is, for this session, is at 3373, and it might change in the matter of maybe 30 minutes to 15 minutes, and then we'll be revising again for another entry. We are looking at lower time frame, but still we have higher time frame confluence. Here the key is to look at the higher time frame, look at the bigger picture. This is where the key here, guys. Always look at the bigger picture so that you know that exactly how the market is potentially creating its structure. When you look at the bigger picture, you can see the smaller pictures in detail. That's what we're looking at. If you look at the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and the 1 hour, we can see that the market has made its move back below, waiting for a potential bounce back to the upside to this key level of resistance line here. We see the market is maintaining that series of higher low, and this is the 1 minute price action, waiting for the market to potentially move back here to this level before it potentially break that low and create a new lower low in this market. Okay, so now Along with Xauusd, because it's a, if you look at the daily again, it's a long-term bull market. At any point we could see the market to create a bigger impulse back to the upside here. To understand the market structure from the bigger picture and also synchronizing with the smaller picture is very important. That's how we can look for a very important area for potential sell or buy here. Now if you look at the 1 hour here, we can see that market from this 10 and 20 EMA has got that rejection back below, and it is still trending in the direction of the trend. While we are looking at the sessions high and the sessions low, when we are looking for an entry, there are a couple of ways we can approach the entry level. One is to look for the market structure and then waiting for the break of that structure. This is the key, guys. If you really want to trade like a smart money, if you want to trade like the smart money where there is a important area where you can find the proper entry, then that's the best way to trade. As in those areas where the market is potentially preparing for a rejection, or where the market breaking from the structure and for ready for another entry, that's where the smart money trade. They don't trade like the retail trader. They don't trade every move. You need to wait for the move where there is a probability. Now you can see that if you look at the 15 minutes, the candle close, the price is approaching this area of value. Now understanding area of value is very important, because that's where you will be able to see how the price action is created based on the area of value. Now in this downtrend, if you look at this 1 minute market structure, what do you see? That the market was maintaining that series of lower high and lower low, which is a bearish channel. Understanding market structure is key to know the major direction of the trend. Now you can see that this is the major direction here is in this 1 minute bearish, guys. Looking at the bigger picture is key. If you're not looking at bigger picture, then you are not being able to become a better trader. Looking at bigger picture is essential as a trader, or also in trading. If you want to develop the trading psychology that you need, also you need to look at the bigger picture, right? As a trader, it's not just one trade that you need to open or close. Also you need to develop a very healthy and good trading psychology that can help you to stay going ahead when it is difficult to trade, right? How do you develop that trading psychology? Looking at the bigger picture. Look at in 5 years, 3 years time, where you will be, where you are going to become as a trader in 3 years, 5 years time, right? And probably even you will not trade the way you are trading now. And that is why it is essential that you have the tool, the strategies, right? In 2 to 3 years time, even you will not be trading the same strategy that you are trading. You need some kind of tools, right? This is what you need to look at right now, bigger picture. You know, the job, the 9 to 5 that we are doing may not be serving us in that time, right? Could happen anything, and get yourself ready right now to become a successful trader, so that you can learn and you can progress as a profitable trader. And that's what the aim here in this live session, to help the traders to learn and grow, giving the tools, strategies. And you can see that how the market is moving to that important area of value, and then looking for entry based on strategy. Now if you a trader who trading not based on a strategy, then you will never be able to be successful as a trader, because trading is not based on emotion or gas. It's based on the strategy. When to enter, you have to have a clear criteria for the entry. Now, if you look at here, you can see that this is a resistance line. On the 15 minutes, we place that potential sell level, right? Now, what is the reason or the criteria for us to enter a trade from that level? That is entry criteria. And you can see the market is slowly pushing back to that level. Why? Because if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see the 10 EMA, which is a very important area of value. When you look at the 10 EMA and the 20 EMA, the market is below 10 EMA. It's a strongly trending market. So how we will be placing the pending order here? Once the market reach that level, we will be looking for that pending order for this potential break below here. Let's look at the 4 hour as well to see how the market is doing here. We can see that this 4 hour sessions candle also crossed that high from a long bearish rejection back below here. All right, so the market is in fact moving in that direction. We might see that the price to potentially going back to that level to test this area of value. That you can see the market is pushing back here in that area. Cool. Now if you look at here, you can see that this is the 15 minutes price action where the price is potentially be heading back to the upside. And 1 minute chart, again there is another pin bar. Would like to see that it's crossing that resistance line, and here let's wait for that potential sell entry in this area. That is looking at, I will be placing sell stop, sell limit here in that level for this potential break below, and stop loss will be around at this 1.5 ATR, placing a sell limit here. As we discussed, the price is approaching this 15 minutes 20 EMA. From this resistance, we will be placing that pending order here, and if we look at that area for this entry, here is the entry 3372, and the stop loss we will be placing around 20 pip, which is will be more than 1.5 ATR. Very tight stop loss. The market is almost there, and we'll be targeting here to this support with nearly 2 to 1 reward to risk. The market crossed that high here, and I'm going to enter here by market because it's a strong market at the moment for this potential break below with a very tight stop loss at 3375.14. And TP target will be below this level here at 3368.96. So I place the sell entry here in this market, and this is a very tight stop loss, as I mentioned earlier. All the trade that I opened with a tight stop loss for this potential break below from this 10 EMA on the 15 minutes perspective, which is also the 4-hour and the 1-hour resistance. And if the market going to hit that level, will be a couple of pips keeping as a this is a very tight stop loss, moving the stop loss at 3375.54, 3375.54. So stop loss at 3375.54, and expecting the market to potentially to create a new directional bias from this high as the market approach that key level. So I have opened sell here on gold, and I'm on the trade, and also I've shared the same trade in the community. We are coming down back below. So my entry here on this trade is 3373.86. So which is a very tight stop loss here that you can see. If we need, we can adjust a little bit, so which is around 17 pip. And looking at the 15 minutes here, the market has just crossed that 15 minutes high. On the 5 minutes as well, you can see there is a sharp move back to the upside. If the market is bullish here from this level, we will see that where it is heading to. And would like to catch that potential move. If the market, if this is a fake move that we could see, the market may potentially come back here to this support level. This is the 15 minutes price action that we can see the candle is closing, which is pretty sharp drop back below. And if it is going crossing to the upside, we will be giving that 17 pip, and in that case we might see the price potentially going back again to the upside here. Here's the market is moving in that direction here, and the price tested both 10 and 20 EM on the 15 minutes. It's a very tight entry, only 18 pip stop loss here. If it goes back up to hit that stop loss, we will be readjusting another entry. At the moment, let's see if the market is breaking back below. If it bounce back up, we will be having a re-entry from the high again to see if it is going back up to that resistance line again. I am short on this trade, waiting for a potential come back here. So 18 pip, if it goes up, continue to rise, you will be looking at that. We'll be re-entering. It might go back up to the resistance again. It's a very sharp rejection from the support. So we are on this trade, we are out. We will be waiting for another test to the high. So we'll be re-entering here. We are out with this 18 pip, and to see if this price again going back to hit that level on the lower time frame. So for our chart, you can see it's the high here. It's approaching that resistance. The price reached that resistance here, and before the candle close, if the price is going to retest that high, this is the 15 minutes price action, we may see that another potential rejection. The price is still on a, this is the 4-hour chart. As you can see from this support level, it's got the rejection back again to the upside. And from the 30 minutes, if you look at here, you can see it's pushing back again in that direction. From the 5 minutes, again, we can see that bullish move back to the potentially to this resistance line. And in this area that you can see, the price is slowly trying to build up that pressure, and would like to see that it's heading back to the upside potentially here. And I think as this market, you can see, is pushing back again, highly likely we could see after this rejection, we might see further move back again. From the 1 hour here, we can see a 1 hour bullish candle is being formed here in that area. So looking at in this lower time frame from the 15 minutes, and the 5 minutes, pushing back again to this level, and as this is the previous resistance line where the market dropped to this support, we could see the market to potentially trend backward here again. And this is the 1 hour pin bar is being closed potentially as a bullish pin bar. Okay, so you can see this is the 1 hour price action. The price has moved back up. Now if this 1 hour candle is closing as a pin bar, and this is an important resistance line, we could see the market to again fill that long wick here. So the next level that we will be looking at 3378, and that is the level that I'm going to look at next for potential entry. 3378 level. If the market is, this is, you can see one single move again on the 15 minutes to this resistance line, and that one single move may go ahead and hit that level. You can see it's a one single move back to the upside. That move would like to see this crossing that high, and if it is crossing that high, that means it grabbed again liquidity from this resistance line. And from this support, it's still moving back to the upside on the 15 minutes. It's a bull market waiting for that resistance line to be retested. As if you look at here from the 8-year perspective, it's quite a few pip move in one direction that you can see. It's almost to 9800 pip move, and again if it is going back to another 98 or 100 pip to the upside, we can expect it to come back again to this support level. We'll be waiting to see how the market structure is evolving in that area. This is the 5 minutes mode that you can see. It's straight directly to this order block, and potentially to extend that order block. And with this order block that you can see, as there is a complete bounce back to the upside from this support level, now the market in a zone, if you look at the past, you can see this is the resistance line. From here there was a bounce to the upside, the price has crossed that high. This is an overextension to the upside and drop back to this level. Again the price has broken that support. There was an overextension, got back to the upside here. Now with this move, if the market is being overextended again to the upside, is where we could see that another selling opportunity. But before that, if we look at the 1 hour chart, you can see it's potentially forming a doji. Now this 1 hour, if it is closing as a doji, the potential for the next one again to come back and fill that wick is higher. And I would like to take also that opportunity as the market may go ahead and hit that after the 1 hour close, or we could see closing as a doji and then rejecting back below. So based on the how 5 minutes candle is closing here, we'll be able to see possible potential downside. I would like to see a bigger profit target if the trade goes in our favor. With the risk management is, of course, is the important part here. And looking at this trade here, here on the 1 hour, we can see it's closing as a doji in 3 minutes to 4 minutes time. And if we keep the stop loss for this trade to around 39 to 40 pip, it will be above all this resistance line, and you can target to this 54 to 58 pip, and that will cover the previous 18 trade plus potential gain here. With again proper risk management, I am opening sell based on this 1 hour price action for this possible drop back again to this support level in this trade. This is a sell trade from the based on the 1 hour price action. No rush, guys. The key here is to do the risk management. As I mentioned earlier, there must be having a proper risk management before you look for any entry based on the setup that I'm using. And looking at here on the 1 hour based on this doji, I am opening sell and also sharing the same trade in the group. So for a potential break below, I am sell again on gold, and this trade would like to see that 1 hour close coming down here to fill that long wick at the bottom, and that can give us potential further bearish move here. All right, so expecting a drop, we are running in profit on this trade on second one on gold, and expecting potential downside here for another drop back below. All right, cool. We see that bearish move, and there's a potential for a break below here on the lower time frame. So there's a 1 minute rejection that you can see, and further correction possible on the lower time frame. So if you look at the 5 minutes here, we can see that after this move back to the upside on the lower time frame, here there is a doji, and from this zone, if we look at this here, it's forming a potential head and shoulder, and expecting this market to potentially trend back down. If we look at the 1 hour, we can see that a long narrow doji formation, and that's a quite big doji. Are you guys ready for a potential drop here? So we are running in profit here at the moment, and we are running in profit. It's still dropping back below, and would like to secure this one with bigger profit so that we have the previous one running in. All right, cool. It's coming down here. Potentially TP hit that we will see here for a potential drop back down. Are you guys ready for taking the profit very soon? And here, as you can see, this market is maintaining the downtrend. I'm still holding it. Highly likely you could see that a break below and then to hit the profit target by itself. So this trade, if it's hitting the profit target, already we are running 31 pip. So the previous one we minus 17 pip. This one, if it goes the full TP here, at least to this support, we can gain almost to nearly to 45, 48, 50 pip. That can give all the trade that you that's the right way to trade, guys. Keep in mind that, you know, I trade in the real way. Okay, I don't want to give away too many pips when the trade is not going in my favor. The key here is to trade in when it is in your favor, taking the profit in the right time, and then when not in your favor, just let the trade go as fast as you can and wait for the next one. Okay, so with tight risk, proper risk management is key, and that's how trading. So you can see that after cross of this high, the market got the rejection here, and that rejection is what we're looking to see, that if the market is coming to test this support here and we are out, will be from that zone here, right? So understanding market structure is very important to take this kind of trade when it's gonna be in your favor. Welcome Gbpusd. We will be looking at how to make potential levels, sell level. What's your reasoning? Okay, that's a very good question. It's not only one trade but also the reasoning for the levels, right? Which is very important to know that why we have sold and what is the strategy behind the trade here, right? So understanding key level is very important because that's where you will be able to set the level and find the trade accordingly. It's dropping almost to that around to 50 pip. Are you guys ready for this one? It's getting to hit the TP, and all right, so we have few pip left. I'm taking the profit right now for the few pip. I'm not leaving it. 2 pip or 3 pip. Well done. All right, cool. It's taken the profit here. All right. Would like a feedback here. Welcome, welcome. It's done. Let's keep pushing down here. And that's an incredible the setup that you can see. It's still moving back below here. The key here is to look for a trade that will give you high probability setup, you know, and then holding on to that till it gives you the full profit target hit. Now you can't expect to win all trades, but when it's winning, we need to take that profit in the right zone. That's where the key here. You guys enjoying the live session? Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day in this live session. And coming up also, there will be another live. This one is still extending. You still see that the market is trending. The market is still showing that potential bearish move here, which is basically moving in the major direction of the trend. Currently we see that break of support. This bounce here was a fake move to the upside, which was a pure liquidity grab, tested this key level and then got that rejection back below. Now we need to also look at the education, which is very important to look at. When you look at the education of the trade, is very important. And let's look at where the market is still keep pushing back down here in the major direction of the trend. So this is where, if you look at here now, where the market is heading, look at the 4 hour. Why did we, let's say, sell here? If you look at the high of this 4 hour time frame, the price has tested this this important area, right? Area of value, which is previous session's high, and that's where you can see it moved back to the upside, dropped back down again. It tested again to the same level and then got that rejection again back below. If you look at the 1 hour here, you can see the market moved that 1 hour resistance line, tested that, and then it just got back again with this 1 hour move back to the upside, to the downside here. And when we are looking at when we are looking at this market in that area, we can see the price is heading back here. It's moving back below here to the support level. Now it's keep pushing back below, and the next move that you could see on gold is potentially to this level here. Now the key level is very important. You can see the after break of this low, it's trying to push back again to the upside here. Now peeps, is important, isn't it? So you see that from this resistance is carrying the rejection back below, and we're slowly turning back down here. And this is the resistance level from the zone. If you look at the daily here, we see that downtrending move, and that may bring the price back below here. Today's level on the daily perspective, if we look at, we might see the market to potentially come to this daily 10 EMA. What do you think here? I think the market may come back to this daily 10 EMA. That could be an important level that you can look for. If you look at here, you can see this is the daily 10 EMA is here at this level, and this is the daily 10 EMA, which is very important support. So the 4-hour support level, and coming here on the lower time frame 15 minutes chart, that you can see from this high, the price slowly trying to build that pressure back below. With this head and shoulder formation on the 15-minute chart, the market is now trying to fill that order block. This is a, you see all those green candle in the past, in the left side there is no red candle, which is fair value gap. The market may, the way you can see that it's grabbing liquidity from the high. What it could do here now, one single move can straight drop back to this daily 10 EMA. So daily 10 EMA, what you see here is also the previous order block. Okay, so you can see this is the order block here. In this daily 10 EMA, there is a full FVG, fair value gap. If you are not fair value gap, then definitely something that you should be looking at the moment. There's a pure fair value gap. Now, yes, there is a fair value gap here. This gap might be straight filling with one potential single move, 170p move possible here, but not blindly. We need to look for the trend, right? So if you look at the high again, see always the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, you can see in detail. Now here is the key here. This move to the upside with a one single bounce to this key level, got the rejection. Again, the market has gone up. It didn't create a new higher high. It again turned back down here to this support level. And because it dropped back to this support level here, in that area, once the market has prepared for a drop, this is a fair value gap. This is the last point. If you look at the 15 minutes, this is the last point of this bearish candle, and then all those bull candle, one single move from here, so which is an imbalance in the market, right? So the market doesn't like to leave an imbalance. It's like the universe doesn't like to, in fact, universe always strive for balance, right? And market also constantly strive for balance. So if you look at here, there's an imbalance. The buyers and sellers didn't balance each other. So most likely the market come back here to cross that zone, fill that imbalance, and then coming back here to fill that zone here to break that low, potentially to continue to drop. And this is where we are looking at for the next potential entry. 1 hour chart here, which is a long bearish candle. After this doji, there is a weak fill, and that weak fill that we can see is potentially coming back here to cross that zone. And it's getting back below here, maintaining the downtrend, and you can see it's slowly building that pressure to drop back here. It's crossing that low. Most likely we will be seeing that for our chart, the market to potentially come back here, cross this low, testing this daily 10 EMA, or potentially break that low, and then to return back again to the major direction of the trend. That means to the upside here. With the swing high, the market is trying to pull back here now to this support level, to this intraday support, which is also the daily 10 EM and 20 EM zone. This is another next area of value that you are looking to enter in this market. And the price may potentially continue to drop to this support, expecting it to come back here to grab the liquidity, and then to so this drop is highly likely because there's a fair value, and once the market become overextended back below here is another buy area, potential buy area, based on how the market is testing that level. Gbpjpy, there is down, should we put on sell? We have taken, and let's look at here on Gbpjpy. This market currently in a side, we might see break of this high and then potentially to reject back again. Gbpjpy potentially to break this daily high, and then we could see another wave of drop here on Gbpjpy. Going back to gold, this market currently trending, and that trending market that you can see is potentially continue to drop here. There's a 5 minutes bearish engulfer. Let's keep pushing back down here to the major direction. Now for us to find an entry for another one for this potential drop here, this is the zone that I'm going to look at in this market for another entry. I think the market may potentially continue to trend. If we look at the 1 hour here, we can see that this is the 1 hour price action, which is still 37 minutes for this candle to close. And here is the cross of 10 and 20 EMA. The price just got rejected from this 10 EMA on the 1 hour, and that's a crossover candle. The market may reject back below here, but before that we might see deeper pullback again to the upside. For the next entry to sell here, we'll be looking at any of this important area of value, though we may see or may not see the market to go back up again. If it doesn't go, then we would like to see a trend and then reject again to the opposite direction of the trend. That means we would like to see that continuation of the trend before it come back to this daily support. Would like to see that going back again to the break of a structure to the resistance, and then to trend down to the major direction. This is what we're looking at for the next trade entry. We are almost at the end of this session. It was a great session with all of you guys. Coming up again with another live in few hours with NY Live, and I'll see you there again, trading live together. Until that, stay safe, stay healthy, and make sure you do the proper risk management when you are opening position. And I'll see you there again, trading live. Until that, talk to you again with another live session.